Good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in to Counseling News Today. My name is Ebony Robinson, and we are going to discuss cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is an extension of behavioral therapy. They share the same characteristics and assumptions as we heard last week from Kate. Cognitive behavioral therapy is based on the idea of how we think, our cognition, how we feel, our emotions, and how we act, our behaviors all interact together. And welcome back on our segment of cognitive behavioral therapy. We're going to continue the discussion about this model and this theory. There are many different approaches to cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is made up of psychotherapy as well as behavioral therapy, going back into our childhood and learning about why we act the way we act and do what we do, depending on how we grew up and how that affects our behavior. Some therapists may focus more on cognition and our thinking process. Some therapists may focus more on behaviors and our actions, and some therapists may focus more on our emotions. One of the first approaches to cognitive behavioral therapy was created by Albert Ellis, and it was the rational emotional behavior therapy. It focuses on cognition and behavior, but emphasizes thinking, assessing, deciding, and analyzing, and doing. Rational emotional therapy assumes that our clients are capable of being rational and irrational. They believe that our emotions come from our beliefs, which influence our thinking and how we react to situations. As a counselor, using this technique, you focus on solutions and encouraging the client and challenging their distorted cognition. The counselor is to be direct and active in their treatment. This is a very hands-on therapist and client work together to get through their issues and learning how to change their behavior. There are many goals for rational emotional therapy. One of the goals is to help people see their thoughts and beliefs about events that create difficulties and not the events or the situations themselves. So they focus on the thoughts and beliefs about the situation and not the actual situation. And how can they change their thoughts and beliefs on the situation and change their negative thoughts. It also stresses the importance of emotional response to the situation and, how to have better response with your emotions and how to act out your emotions in a more positive life that's not stressful to the client. Now we will discuss rational emotional techniques. One technique is the ABC principle. The next technique is the emotional control card, which will be demonstrated in this next video. Hello, Mr. Johnson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, doing much better than the last time we talked.
Okay, so what's been going on with you and your dad this week?
Well, I tried to talk to him the other day, and it's like he's still trying to belittle me, make me feel less of a person, as if I don't know what I'm talking about. So I just give up.
You kind of shut down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today, last week we talked about your self-talk and, even though your father may have certain feelings about you, that doesn't mean you have to feel that way about yourself.
Right.
So I'm going to give you this emotional control card, and it's a reference list of, things that you do when you try to shut down, but you can remind yourself to stand up for yourself and be firm when talking with your father. Thank you for tuning in to Counseling News Today. Join us next week as we talk about what makes a good counselor.